Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast, the podcast that celebrates the ingenuity and artistic flair of small business owners. In each episode, we dive into the stories of creative entrepreneurs who have successfully blended their passion for artistry with the challenges of running a business.
Good job.
A mouthful. I have to memorize that eventually.
You did a great job.
So we have already spoken to Shaneka with Hype Girl Studios.
Hi.
We had such a great conversation with her that we wanted more.
Right.
And that's simply the reason why Shaneka is back again here today.
with Trey.
With Trey.
But just to clarify, I'm not more. It's
You
just
are
more.
more.
Shaneka
No.
with me in addition. So
Plus
which is
Trey.
You
fine.
are
Yeah.
the more. You're the 10% more.
There we go.
Yes. So introducing Trey, we did hear a lot about him in our
Yes.
intro to Shaneka. Trey's like, what did you say about me?
I
I'm
told
concerned.
I told everybody you were an iPad kid, but in the best way ever.
Oh, I was thinking about that today. I am. I'm definitely not.
So far about you, we know you're an iPad kid. You work at the potato farm,
Yeah.
and you don't like talking about working at the potato farm after work.
Depends on the day. I mean, I don't mind it. There's a lot of interesting things depending on,
Depending on the day.
Yeah.
When I married him, I didn't know there was different kinds of potatoes, guys. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
I thought a potato was a potato, but there's a yellow potato,
There's
there's
so
a
many
red potato,
potatoes.
there's a russet potatoes. Had no idea. But I'm learning.
So are you an all potato or one specific potato?
We sell russets, we sell reds, we sell yellows, we sell fingerling potatoes, we sell
You didn't bring
onions.
us any samples today?
I should
No
have.
samples for
French
the
We'll do a
fries.
sample one day, guys. We'll do a
Yeah,
sample
that would've
potato
been a
day.
good idea. I
That'd have
can
been a
get you
good
some.
day.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
right.
there a potato day in Idaho?
Yeah, there is.
100%.
There
There
has
has
to
to
be.
be. It's coming up.
It is coming up. They do spud days.
Guys,
Like,
next
Spud
podcast,
Next
month, I
Spud
think,
Days.
yeah.
We'll do a potato
There we go,
testing.
yeah.
We'll do a potato day.
What's your favorite potato, Trey?
yellow, for sure.
Those are good.
I don't know if you have preferences for potatoes.
I like the
No,
little red
yellows are good.
potatoes.
There we go, yeah.
Those are good. Yeah.
Probably yellow or red. Those are good.
I have no preference. I eat all potatoes.
Sweet
so-
potatoes.
Yeah,
Sweet
we sell
potatoes
those
are
too.
I
good.
do sweet potato.
They're good. Anyway,
Great.
that's his potato life.
Well, that was almost too much excitement to
I
handle.
know.
Too much potato.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's not too
No.
much excitement involved in potatoes. So it's hard to talk enthusiastically about them. Oh,
You do a great job.
thank you.
No, I'm just making fun of you. This is really interesting. I really would love to listen to you talk about potatoes.
I could tell you, I could talk for hours about them.
Oh, I love it.
Another podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodness.
Okay, so last time we learned about your business.
Yes.
And we kind of got into like the specifics of what you do. So you do like brand photo shoots, you make websites. I want to know about your brand photo shoots.
My brand. Like, what do you want to know?
So what got you started in doing those? And
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know. Actually, that's a really good question. I did. I didn't even do them, but I helped organize a few brand photo shoots when I was part of a nonprofit. And it kind of just started from there. We kind of did these like every single year. With this nonprofit, we would put on these mini brand photo shoots, and they were like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Like you got X amount of photos within that 10 to 15 minutes. And people would bring their own props and their own products, obviously, to these mini brand photo shoots. And I love the aspect of that, you know, you get to organize this brand photo shoot, you get your photos, and then you're done. So I kind of just went off of that, I guess, and was like, how can I make this better? And I just thought about how entrepreneurs are like so, you know, they're so involved in every other aspect of their business. Why would you want to think about bringing all these things like props, finding props, and you know, gathering all these things for a brand photo shoot? Why wouldn't you want somebody else to do it just for you? So I figured I could do that. I'm really good at finding stuff. I love Amazon. I love Target. I love shopping. So I was like, I'll just do all those things for you, so you don't have to worry about finding props for your photo shoot. So the only thing you have to bring is your products and yourself. So I figured, you know, I'll help you with your outfit. I'll help you with your props. And all you have to do is show up and be yourself, which it's fairly easy, I think.
Yeah, so you
I
find
think that's how I got
everything.
to it. Yeah,
you do
I do
location,
literally. Yeah, I find
photographer,
everything, and we have two photographers that we use constantly. So, yeah, everything is super easy. All you have to do is show up,
Nice.
which is super nice.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So when you work with those clients on a shoot like that, where do you start with them? Like, what's the first conversation you have to figure out what kind of shoot you're going to do for them?
The first conversation we have is, what's your inspo? Like, what are you going for? What are your brand colors? So we can work around that. If you don't have brand colors, what are your favorite colors? We can work around that too. So we kind of put together a mood board of what your brand photo shoot could potentially look like. And we either follow that exactly or we twist it and make it our own.
Yeah.
And then, then we get to shooting
Yeah.
and do all the things.
That's really fun.
Mood board. That's the way to go.
I love putting together a mood board. It's so fun.
It is fun.
I just love seeing it all organized and giving it to the clients, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is what I wanted." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah. And
I
so
read
you
your
do
mind.
a lot more than with these brand photo shoots. Like you make stuff out of the content.
Yeah. So, if they're my ongoing client, with the brand pictures, we obviously use it in graphics and all the things and on their websites and stuff, which brand photo shoots are very important. If you haven't taken a brand photo shoot, you probably should. Just because
It is.
You know what I mean? Like
The social
people,
media and all that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You can use them everywhere. I mean, I'm sure people get sick of seeing my face, but I freaking love my brand pictures. I love any pictures that any photographer has taken of me for my business. I use them all the time.
Yeah.
Use them on my stories or like to announce things. Like I use them all the time. They're not as scary as you think they are either. I know a lot of people are scared of getting in front of the camera, but
Yeah.
it's easy.
I think we talked about it in part one was like the having to put ourselves out there.
Yeah.
This now small business owner in 2023 of being a face of your business.
Yeah. And I think it's another good way to like show your personality through pictures, right? Like people didn't know that you read books. Like you could bring a whole bunch of books that you have read or want to read or whatever, like, and put that in your brand photo shoot. That's a really good way of showcasing your personality as well.
Yeah. That's cool.
Do you come across people that don't know what to do with the photos afterwards?
Typically no. But I mean, if anybody had any questions, I definitely could help them out with that. But usually the clients that come to me, like they know what they're using their pictures for.
Okay.
Which is good. And it makes it easy. So we kind of can work around that. But typically, like, I haven't really had anybody come to me that's like, what do I do? What do I use them for? But like, if you don't know what to use them for, like I said, website, Instagram, I don't know, make a poster for yourself and hang it up in your room.
Yeah.
That's a good way too. But yeah, like you literally could use it for anything you want.
Yeah. So speaking of all of those people, you have like a pretty loyal fan base.
Do
seems.
I?
I don't know. I think
Really?
you have like a really good like group of people that you work with, and they all seem
yeah.
like a really nice
Yeah.
group of gals. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the men. I've heard about the men, but I haven't
This
seen
is
the
the
men.
only guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the only hype girl.
He's the only hype girl.
But like, what are you doing to keep these people around?
I don't know. I think it's my annoying personality, probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm just genuinely like just nice to people. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. I think. You don't think so?
No, yeah, that's.
Your face changed when I
fair.
said I was a nice person.
Oh no, not intentionally.
This is not counseling. But no, I honestly don't know. But like for the people that stick around and with Hype Girl, thank you. I appreciate it. But I guess like communication, I just communicate with all of my clients like really well, and always trying to find the boundaries between like friends and like working. Like it's hard, but
For sure.
I just like being friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what people like the most. Like they can be really down to earth and be like, hey, like,
Yeah.
this is what's going on in my life. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm a very understanding person, and maybe that's it too. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
But
that's important for sure. Is to be like a human that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I hope I come off relatable. I never want to be a person that comes off relatable on my Instagram, and then in person you meet me and you're like, ooh,
like she's not
not
like
the same
that.
person. So I hope I come off that way in all aspects of my life. I never want somebody to be turned off by my personality.
No. That's always a sad feeling.
I know, it really is. I mean, if anybody is, I don't really care.
No.
So
Screw them.
not changing. Yeah, exactly. Like me.
It's like at the end of the day, the results are what matters.
Right.
But working with someone you like to work with
Yeah. Yeah.
is gonna make those results better.
Oh,
more
1,000%.
often than not. So yeah.
1,000%.
And keep coming back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people will keep coming back, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've had actually, because we do mini brand photo shoots, which are 30-minute photo shoots.
Okay.
And I've had a few come back and be like, I want more. And I'm like, yeah. So they
Great.
like book an hour, a 2-hour shoot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
So yes, the people come back, and it always makes me so happy when people come back. So
That's great. We can talk about collaboration.
Collaboration.
So that can always lead to fun opportunities or get you into new spaces that you aren't normally into.
Yeah.
Have you done anything fun that is...
Well, I mean, working with Film Garage.
Oh, okay, great.
Wait a minute.
Besides this,
Besides you, I feel honestly, I'm not even like trying to be like, guys.
shameless
no,
plug.
Yeah, I'm just like, listen, no, but for real, like working with you guys probably has been the funnest time ever.
Great.
Just because you guys are so easygoing and down to earth and just my kind of people. And I'm spastic, obviously, and you guys were like, yeah, come on in. So I was like, cool. But yeah, like I feel like anytime we get to work together, it's always a good time. I don't know. That's how I feel.
It is a fun time.
It is a good
For
time.
you as a business owner, for your business, what kind of collaboration has been like the most beneficial for you?
Beneficial.
to like help you
for-
get more business?
Like for us, since we've opened this business, we've had some collaborations that are where we just give like a short studio shoot,
Right.
or we give out more value on like a bigger package or something like that. So like different giveaways have brought us a different results and
Right.
followers and
Right.
new types of followers and like what their interests are. So for you, which ones popped off for you the most?
Probably my Galentine's Day one that I did this last year. I collaborated with Drop Pierce, I think that's what. Yeah, Drop Pierce Christina, and a jewelry company, Hooked. It was permanent jewelry. I collaborated with those two, and then I also did like a 10-minute a little headshot brand photo shoot situation at this Galentine's Day, and that was probably like where it kind of kicked off. I think more people started seeing like what I was trying to do, and it was just a free event. You can come get permanent jewelry, eat, get your ears pierced, take pictures, and just have a good time with your girls. So I think that's where it kind of kicked off, and it was like, oh,
Cool. You got a lot of attention.
yeah, I got
from
a lot
that.
of attention from nobody knew my name, but I got a lot of attention. They're like, yeah, you're a hype girl. I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
Shaneka,
Exactly that.
So yeah, so that's where it kind of kicked off, and I met a lot of people and a lot of different people that I never would have met. I would have never crossed paths with. So it was really cool and really nice. I was really excited about it and really appreciative about everybody that showed up for me that I didn't know would show
Especially
up.
an in-person event like that. That's definitely different.
Yeah, and it was my first event, so I wasn't really expecting anything at all either. So when people started rolling in, I was like, oh my gosh.
People are here. They showed up.
Because you don't want to be that like, 8-year-old girl in your head and like nobody shows up to your party and you're like, everybody hates me.
So you were the organizer for that event.
Yeah, I did everything. I organized everything.
Location, where
So
was
like
it at?
It was Bar on
food
First.
vendors, you brought in all those.
Yeah, so I collaborated with Charcuterie.
How did you go about getting those
Wait,
people?
I think I remember this. I think
Yeah.
this was when we first kind of met you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
I think
it.
I remember this. And you had like the big sign that said Hype Girl.
Yeah.
That's cute.
That was always my dream to
Yeah, I
see like
love
my
that.
name in lights. And so I was like, oh, it's great.
That was really cute.
Yeah.
How did they feel about the whole thing?
They really enjoyed it and they were really appreciative of it too. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm glad I could give back to you and you can give back. Like I'm glad we could do that for each other. So it was really good. And that's always your worry when you put on those types of events because you're like, oh my gosh, I hope people get something out of it.
Yeah.
You don't want people not showing up for an event. So that's always kind of scary too. So, but I'm glad they got something out of it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's super fun.
Yeah, it was great.
It worked really well too because since that event, you've had several people ask you to host events for them, or maybe not host, but put on events for them. because that is one thing. Shaneka just knows a lot of people,
Yeah.
so she's able to put these things
You
together.
need to add that to your Hype Girl roster. It's just
know.
like
It's a hard
throwing
thing to
these
position
parties and
yourself
It
as
events
someone
really
like
together.
that.
yeah, it really
An
is.
event planner.
Yeah, like I would do I would call them like pop-ups, maybe like little pop-up events, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, pop-ups.
It's always scary trying to like incorporate new things into your business because you're
For
like,
sure.
oh my gosh, like what if people only come to me for doing events? Like I don't know. I mean, I love it. It's great. It's super fun. I love to party.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm a partier. But yeah, it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing too is she's putting on these events. She's done a couple so far. They've both been pretty good turnouts, but it helps her kind of do what she set out to with Hype Girl to begin with. Like she's able to promote other small business owners,
Right.
support their businesses, and kind of expose them to people that might not have otherwise
Yeah.
known who they were. So
Yeah.
works out.
That's a good point. So do you have any more?
As
In
of right now, no,
plans?
Sarah.
We've had a lot of talks about this.
I know we have had a lot.
It's a lot of work.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
And
as long as you can make money out of it too, like versus just being like a
right,
making this event happen.
So I mean, I would love to put on another one. I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I'm like I would love to put one on in October, but like I don't know how that was
soon.
exactly. So I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, because
I know.
after her last one, she's like, I'm done for the year.
Oh, I was so tired.
1 or 2 a year, plenty.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw you, I think, after that, and you were like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do it again. It's so fulfilling, but also like everything that goes on in between it that people don't see behind the scenes. It's very, very, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And a lot happened. So it was just too much. I was like, oh my gosh, does this happen at every single event that you do? Like there's just so much stress, but it was so fun. And I feel like anybody would say that after they've had a stressful event planning.
Right.
Like you're like, I'd never do this again. But like the next one, I was like, so the next one, Trey, what do you think about this? And he's like, aren't you done? It's like, no, I was kidding. So
They are a lot of work, but there can be a good payoff. Even if, like, from a business perspective, even if she just breaks even, it's fine because it's like a glorified networking event.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're meeting so
Absolutely.
many new people. And when she started Hype Girl, her main demographic is small business owners that are women primarily, and there are so many. I feel like these types of events, they really attract that demographic.
Right.
So
Yeah, you should do
interesting.
another small
I
business
know.
like
We'll see.
networking. That's cute.
trying to talk me into this stuff, Sarah? No, I really would love to. I just have to figure out, like, I'm all about a theme, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know me.
For
I'm all
sure.
about a theme. I love
theme
a
will make
theme.
it more
So
fun.
I just got to figure out a good theme to do. And we'll
one
see.
worth all of the work that it takes. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, I will say I'm not all by myself. Like I do have people that help me. I have my sisters that help me, and I have really, really good friends that come and help me and stuff like that. So I won't say I'm all by myself, but
The mental load.
the mental load of it, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
stress
And you're
is
the,
on
you're
your
the one
shoulder.
leading it.
Yes,
like, if it's
yes,
not for
yes,
you,
yes.
they're not coming to this
Yeah,
place
yeah,
and doing any of this.
So
That
it
puts a lot of weight on your
oh my
shoulders.
gosh, yes. So
Well, and you asked earlier how she is able to put all these different vendors together or all these different people together. And I think that's one of the good things about Shaneka is she just meets a lot of people. She's always meeting new people. I think it's just because she does a lot of different things. She goes to different events. She goes to the gym and meets people there, like stuff like that. So
do. They probably don't want to meet me, but I,
I
do.
think that's
You're
probably
like,
what it is,
hey.
though. That's why you know so many people.
We're
Do
sweating
you
really
find
bad at the
that
top.
you get more business from social media interactions or from the word of mouth
like
interactions?
in person.
I think it's both. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
It's really hard to say. I need to keep track of that actually. I mean, according to like the inquiries that I get on Instagram, most of that's from Instagram, but
Okay.
I don't know. I have a lot of people out there that do a lot of like good word of mouth, which is awesome. So I don't know. I think they're equally the same, maybe.
yeah.
When I began, it was equally the same. Like
So
Yeah,
for
it's
these
pretty
type
equal.
of events where you're bringing out vendors, are you going to them or like how do you find these people?
I mean, sometimes, like most of the time, they approach me with it.
Like
so,
they hear that you're having an event and
yeah, or I mean,
Or it's just people that you've met prior that you know.
yeah, they'll be like, "Hey, I want to do this event."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like, what are you thinking?" So that's pretty much how it starts. And then from there, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to add in this person, this person, this person. Like, does that sound good to you? Like, okay.
Cool.
So yeah, that's pretty much how
And the structure of the events make it easy for vendors to want to come out. She's not charging, at least up until now, she hasn't been charging like booth spots.
Yeah.
Which helps, right? Because then there's really not a lot of risk for a small business owner to show up and offer their services. So it's giving them the opportunity to make some money and for some exposure. So I think that probably helps too.
I started Hype Girl because I wanted people to showcase their talents and what they can do. So, I mean, I want to make it as easy and accessible and like affordable for anybody to do these things for themselves. Because I mean, the world needs to see what you're doing. You know, you can't just hide.
Yeah. So I guess going into that, so making it accessible, how do you price yourself? Like, so you can make some money and...
I don't know. We talk about this all the time.
Like, we talk about it too. Like, this is a big...
I mean, kind of how
everybody does, just pricing.
How we did it was we put a number out there that we wanted to hit yearly and just work backwards. And we're like, how much do we need to make every single, month down to week to hit that number? And
minus
then
the monthly bills.
Minus the bills and all that, right. And then do the math and see how much we have to charge things. That was kind of how we went about it. But I know so many people have value-based pricing.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to do it. So.
I feel like this is your question because I'm not the money person.
We've talked about it a lot. Well, I've just noticed a lot of business owners kind of just make prices up, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, they'll just be like, oh, I think we should charge $300 for this. So when Shaneka was first starting about talking or about starting the business, we talked a lot about like really strategic pricing. So we want to make sure it's competitive as far as people who offer similar services around here, whether it be photography or logo creation, web design. But then because her main demographic is a small business owner, we want to make sure that it is something that they can afford as well. So it's really like a fine balance of what can somebody realistically afford when they're just starting out a business, and how can we make some money off of that still. I think the best part about Shaneka's business is it's really low overhead to start. You don't really need a whole lot. If you bought a laptop, there's a lot you can do for not a lot of expense, at least for fixed expenses, and not including her time. So I think it's just a matter of we're always gauging, what other people are charging for similar services and what we feel is like really a fair price. And I feel like pricing around here is a sensitive subject, right? Like, there's a real fine balance of what people are willing to pay for around here.
For sure.
And it's really hard to, I don't know. It's just a really hard area of the business. So
it is, for sure. I think that just goes for any kind of creative thing, though. Just trying to explain your idea and your thought process and to get someone else on board with that and actually pull the trigger and follow through with the plan. And
it's also about helping people understand that there's a value behind how creative you are, right? I feel like a lot of people can look and be like, well, I can probably do this myself. And they probably could, but it wouldn't be the same quality that you guys can, right? So it's like, it's about, and I think that's why Shaneka likes those brand photo shoots so much, is because it really, I guess not just the brand photo shoots, the websites, the logo design,
I love everything.
Because you get to show how being creative can really make a big difference in your business, even if it's just for the photo shoots. Like, do you want just kind of a run-of-the-mill basic photo shoot, or do you want something extra that's going to make your brand pop and make you stand out from everybody else? So I don't know. It's about selling your creativity, convincing people.
And from the sounds of it, it sounds like if customers are willing to pay for all that you can offer, you can offer more than just brand photo shoots. It sounds like you're like a PR person. You can help with
the
promotions, like actually coordinating events. That's a lot of things.
What are you guys doing?
That a lot of people
Dan's
don't
like,
think
add
of.
this to your Insta bio, actually.
The business guy over here. More business
I know
ideas.
these two.
Add it to the list.
I'm like, oh gosh.
So I don't know.
What you're doing is a lot.
It is.
And like people try to push like that kind of stuff down. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Anyone could do it.
Right.
But truth is, when you put those shoes on and like stand there and you try to actually make something happen,
Coordinate it all.
it gets stressful.
It's a lot.
It's a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for you, but I know we talked about this early on in the business where you kind of want to be like almost like a one-stop shop in the sense of, you know, as you're your business owner, there's so many different things you have to do and coordinate with. And so it's like, you know, why can't you go to somebody that does the photo shoots for you, does the logo creation for you, does the websites for you? It just makes it a lot less stressful on the business owner. So.
For sure.
And save them money from making mistakes.
Right. Yeah. 100%. I think that's the most important thing, especially if you work with one person for your website, your photo shoots, and your social media. It makes everything cohesive.
Yeah.
So like you're not having different people work on different things and you're like, oh my gosh, none of this looks the same. It's because you're not working with the one person you probably should be working with.
For sure. Yeah. The consistency amongst all those platforms, your website, and then constantly updating too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Because people don't think about.
Yeah. I'm like, if you have to update 3 different people on like one thing that you're doing, one promotion that you're doing, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to text this person, this person. Like, that's so much. Like, that's so many people. So, and like, if you could just be like, hey, I need all this done to one person. Like, I need all this done by this date. They're like, oh, okay, they can get that done for you. You don't have to like constantly check up on all these 3 people to get that one thing done.
Yeah. Hassle.
Yeah.
Hassle. So your business, you have to have constant new ideas. So where are you getting your ideas from? Like, what are you doing to keep yourself fresh? On trend.
I don't even know.
Watch YouTube videos? Do you just
he's a YouTuber. He watches YouTube videos. I do not.
I'm a child.
You're a child. I love you. That's okay. I honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like I've been thinking about doing this for so long, so I have so many ideas. You'll look in my phone. I have my notes in my phone. I have just so many things that I haven't even done yet. I just write them all down. But I also try to keep on top of trends by just like looking on Instagram. Like that's the most important thing. Make sure you're keeping up with other people and what they're doing, especially for your clients too. You want to make sure they're always on trend and things are happening for them.
Are you looking at local people or are you looking at big people?
Big people. I don't even look local. Yeah. You want to be bigger than where you're at. So I definitely look outside of Idaho, you know? Yeah. I think it's the smartest thing to do. You want to be somebody that's not doing anything that's like around here. So why not look outside of the box?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like things have changed a little bit in recent times, but for most of our lives living in Idaho, like Idaho's always been a little bit behind the times. Mm-hmm. And so by looking outside of Idaho, I feel like you can find, you know.
Guys, I'm getting more tattoos tomorrow.
Tattoos? Mm-hmm. Which ones?
Yeah.
You're planning for a tattoo? I didn't have my headphones on yet.
Yeah, I'm getting like 5 of them tomorrow, right?
5 of them?
Whoa, nice.
I know.
They're small.
They're teeny. They're teeny ones. But I was like, I'm kind of freaking out because I've been waiting for like a month.
Where?
Actually, 2 months.
That, Miranda, it's at Hellbore.
Hellbore,
yeah. It's like right down
right around the corner.
Okay, where on your body are these tattoos?
Oh, on the back of my elbow. And then I'm getting one right here for Stella.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting a T for Trey because I guess I love him.
Okay.
And then he has one on his upper thigh that says "Till Death."
Okay.
So I'm gonna get one right there.
That says "Till Death." Okay.
No, it's gonna say "I hate Trey." Actually,
I wasn't sure if it was gonna be the
Big,
"Do Us
bold
Part."
phone.
But no, yeah.
We're supposed to get matching tattoos. I got mine
first
2 months ago.
Yeah.
So like,
I was like, you're
a little
dumb.
nervous.
I could like get out of this
Are
right
you
now.
actually gonna get the matching one for me? Or
I
not?
legit was like, I told you, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it.
Look dumb, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, you dummy. You
I
shouldn't
hear
have
that's
done
bad
that.
luck. Do you need to change it a little bit?
Well, no.
Okay,
If it's the name, it's bad luck.
Yeah. So I'm just getting a T, which I was really nervous about getting a T at first, but
yeah, I've heard a lot about that too.
we made it
I just
7
don't buy
years.
into it.
We made it 7 years. That's good enough.
We've been together for 7 years. We've known each other since we were like 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little ink on your arm is not going to change anything.
I don't think so.
Tomorrow we get a divorce. Like, actually, guys. Anyway.
This T on my finger makes me feel different.
Yes, I'm like, I
About
hate
you.
it. I hate it.
So is it gonna be on like your ring finger?
Yeah, it's going to be a little T on my ring finger right here.
Cool. Cute. I like that.
It'll be good.
And then your other one on your shoulder.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting one on my shoulder the next day.
The next day?
Yeah, by a different lady. I don't know,
But the
guys.
first
You're
four
going crazy.
Yeah, the
are
Is it
also
midlife
same.
crisis?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, no, I was answering him. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what you said.
I'm
My bad, my
fine,
bad.
actually.
Divorce.
Divorce
It's over.
today. The other one is going to be 93 because I was born 1993. That's
Okay,
it.
so just a 93.
Yeah, I don't know.
What made you want to get tattoos? Or has this been something that you've been planning for a while?
Well, Trey's always wanted tattoos.
So you're getting it for him?
No, I'm not.
I couldn't.
I don't need
convince
no
her.
man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she'd
I
tell me
know.
to eat dirt so fast.
I would. I'd be like, get out of my face. No, I like. Once I saw like teeny tattoos, I was like, oh my gosh, those are freaking cute.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like all about it. I was like, as long as they're small, I'm game. I'm totally game. But the bigger ones freak me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
I'm
a
just
long piece.
Yeah.
It'll take a long time.
Yeah, like I'm like I can't do that.
I want that.
He does.
Big tattoos,
He wants
yeah.
like a
Big tat-
full arm sleeve.
Just so
He
expensive.
wants all of his. He wants his entire leg. Okay, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about that. I can't do it.
It'd be cool.
I mean, it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited for you. But
Yeah, it should
I'm
be
not
cool.
about that
We'll
life.
see.
If he asked me to get like a big heart on my leg with him, I'm like, we're done.
A big heart
We done. Yeah.
with both your names in it.
Yeah. It's not happening. Anyway, what was the
Okay.
question?
I
Operations.
think you can get tattoos cheaper though in like other countries. Like I heard like
Oh yeah,
if you go to like Bali or
Bali.
like
That's the
other
place.
places, you can get cheap tattoos.
Should we go to
I don't know
Bali?
how good they are.
They're crazy.
Wait a minute. I don't know
I don't
about
know
cheap
if I trust that.
tattoos.
This is all based off my TikTok
don't know.
knowledge.
Yeah. Saw
No,
on
like
Instagram.
$900 sleeve.
Yeah.
Like a
$900
whole arm.
sleeve.
The problem. Well, not the problem. It's just expensive to go there.
Yeah.
But it's still cheaper all in.
To have
So
the trip.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like going to Mexico for a Brazilian butt lift. Or
Excuse
something.
me, a BBL.
Yeah.
hey,
Or any other lift. Lift of any
It's not
parts.
exclusive.
Dan's like,
Yeah.
I don't want that, but I'm just saying.
Just know it's cheaper there.
I just know it's cheap. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, we got off.
So yeah,
Wait.
we were talking about
operations.
creativity and business operations.
Yes, I felt you had a really good answer.
Okay.
And-
No,
yeah.
I was just saying, yeah, I would say I handle operations, but in the sense of just like
Spreadsheets.
yeah, like
I hate
day-to-day business
spreadsheets.
stuff, back end
Okay.
stuff. Nothing like I have nothing to do with photo shoots or
No, you
anything
don't.
like that. That's
Unless I'm
definitely
like,
not my
hey, I
wheelhouse.
really want to get this prop, and he's like, how much is it?
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, it's this much. He's like, nah.
So it's like he's your accountant that you just gotta
Yeah.
follow up with things
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
and
a
so-
little bit, and you're
It's not
everything
fun.
else.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not fun.
Yeah, always giving bad news.
Because
No,
I'm
I-
like, I shouldn't have told you anything.
Yeah. No, I just want to handle that stuff because I know Shaneka's good at the other stuff. And so I feel like if I can take care of that stuff for her, then she can focus solely on the
Yeah.
creative. And I feel like that helps.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
no, it
works.
helps me a
And
lot.
to be honest, I like that. The like day-to-day business stuff. I like the spreadsheets
That's
and
good.
I like all that stuff. So it kind of works for both of us, I feel
Yeah,
like.
it does.
Someone
It really
has
does.
to.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
yeah. Because it wasn't going to be me. I'm not going to tell you that much.
Yeah.
When he's like, we have to update your spreadsheet, I'm like, I don't want to talk about this right now.
I don't like doing that type of stuff.
don't
Like checking
either.
the mail. I have a weird anxiety about checking the
Me
mail.
too.
No, I get that, though. Yeah.
He checks the mail all the time.
Like, I
I'm not
can't
even
do it.
kidding.
I can't get the mail.
I can't do it. He'll be like, hey, like this and this is for you. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I don't
wanna
want it.
do
I don't
can't.
want
There could be
I
bills
totally-
in there.
That's
Who cares?
Exactly.
I haven't seen it
They'll
yet.
find
It
me later
doesn't
if it's
count.
really important.
That's exactly right. Like the only good thing that comes in the mail these days is like an Amazon package.
I
Other
love
than
You
that-
drop
Amazon.
it off at your door normally,
Yeah.
so I'm not
Yeah,
going to
so-
that little
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we'll get Amazon packages in the mail.
Yeah.
Which
Forced
sometimes
to go
I
get
hate
it.
that. Yeah, I am forced to get it because I don't want you to see it first. So, duh. But yeah, so that's the only time I'll check the mail is if it's.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's how much of the back end responsibility you have. So
Check
check
the
the
mail.
mail occasionally.
Occasionally, and I never do it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And then Trey's like, this bill is past due.
Like, what are you talking about?
that's the
What
bad
bill?
Right. Yeah. So
Good times.
Yeah, I'm very much a systems person, and so I take care of all that and leave the rest for Shaneka.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a systems person. So I appreciate you for that. It's really nice of you.
So with this duo and partnership,
Mm-hmm.
what advice do you give to other creatives and entrepreneurs who want to go out and start their own business, do something similar?
Mm-hmm.
What do they need to know or do? a lesson that you learned?
There's not a good time to start and there's not a bad time to start. You just have to start. I feel like it's definitely a mind game with yourself because you don't think you're good enough or you don't think you're prepared and all these things. I know when I started Hype Girl, I didn't think I was prepared at all. And I had a start date, but I kept pushing the start. It was like, oh, it's going to be in April. Oh, it's going to be in May. And then I talked to Trey and one of my friends. They were like, no, your start date's going to be in June. It's going to be the first week of June. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
so
no, serious.
I was freaking out, but it also pushed me to, get all of my stuff, all of my things together, I feel. Because I feel like it was like, okay, your start date's now. And then we went to the bank and we did all these things. So I was like, okay, like I have no choice but to start promoting myself. So I think just when you feel like you're ready, just do it. I mean, if you don't feel like you're ready, you're never ready. It's like when somebody's like, are you ready to have a kid? And I'm like, when are you ready to have a kid? There's nobody's really prepared for that.
Just says yes confidently to that.
I remember when people used to ask us that, I'm like, sure. I don't know. We don't know what to expect. We've never had a kid before.
Never had one.
Yeah, I can barely keep myself alive. What do you mean? So, I mean, like there's never a good or bad time to start. You just have to start and go into it just knowing that things are going to happen and it's going to be okay. And you're going to learn from your mistakes and you're going to have ups and downs, but praise more the ups than downs because sometimes you want to light your whole business on fire. And the ups will keep you going.
So kind of on that same topic, what advice would you give people in regards to like working with someone else? I know you guys had a relationship before, so you knew each other and how you work together. But if you were to be going into a business with someone who you maybe didn't have as much background with, like what advice would you give people to just making that business work?
You can answer this.
I'm
hard to work with. I know that.
I never said that.
Trey, how do you make it work?
His face says it all.
I guess probably in my experience is just setting very clear and specific guidelines for what each person is going to do. So that there's no blurred lines or nobody's confused as to what's going on, who should be doing what. And then I guess just really good communication. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different choices that have to be made when you're running a business. Yeah. Small, big, whatever it might be. And I think probably it's okay to disagree too, as long as you can work together through it and just figure out what the best option is for the business, set feelings aside sometimes and just figure out what's the best option, what's going to help the business be, perform the best. I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's right. I guess.
No, I think anyone understands. Anyone who has a business partner understands.
I mean, and I will say, we get along really well. So I don't think we've never had a huge fight.
Oh no, I don't think we've really ever had anything like that.
I think we bickered one time about.
Really?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Because I thought you left in the middle of us well, I guess I was arguing with myself, but I was in a fight with myself. I'll let that be known. I was in a fight with myself. Trey was not fighting with me. Trey never fights with me. I'm always fighting myself.
You're just mad about something.
Yeah, I'm just mad about something. Anyway, so one day we were talking about something, and I was upset.
And I had to leave to go back to work.
You had to leave to go back to work, but I thought he was leaving in the middle of the fight, and I was like, how dare he? So he left, and I called him. I was like, you just gonna leave and slam the door in my face? And he's like, dude, I had to go back to work. I had 5 minutes left. I don't even remember what it was about, to be honest.
I don't know, probably something else.
It's something so stupid. Anyway.
I think for us, though, it really helps because even though we're doing this together, and I say that loosely, 99% of it is Shaneka. I just take care of the boring stuff. But
you do a good job.
We do very different things, though, right? So our worlds in the business only overlap a small amount, right?
Yeah.
It's only she's saying, hey, I really want to do this. Budget-wise, does this work? Or I want to introduce new services. Realistically, what do you think we should charge to be profitable? So I think that probably helps too.
Yeah. And I do I really do value, I talk crap about Trey all the time, but I do really love him and I do value his opinion the most. Anybody could give me advice, and I appreciate anybody that gives me advice, but I always go back and I'm like, hey, this person said this, like, what do you think? I always, like, that's my first person I go to. I'm always like, this is what I'm thinking, or this person gave me this advice. Like, what do you think? I don't know. I think he's the smartest person in the world. Like, he'll tell you otherwise, but he really is a genius, but it's fine. Just take the compliment. Okay.
Good thing he's your business partner. Then.
I know, right?
You lucked out.
And that's what I mean. Like,
You trust he's not cooking your books.
I mean, he jokes about it, but I can't, and that, a little bit of me, I'm like, I got my eye on you. I don't know what's going on, but I got my eye on you. You know what I
We
mean?
started offering these cash discounts. I don't know, but
Weird how that works.
So weird.
Yeah.
But I feel, I don't know, we work really well together, which is the most important thing. But yeah, like I said, I just really value his opinion on things, and he thinks out things very, which sometimes I hate, but like he takes time to think out things, and I'm very like spur of the moment, like, oh, let's do it. Like, I'm so down. And he's like, wait a minute, give it a couple of days and like think about it. What's the value of what you're doing, and like what's going to bring back for you and your customers or whatever. So I appreciate that. So you do a good job.
That's good.
good job, Trey.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I don't know. I try to have not very much emotion when it comes to business. So I'm not an overly emotional person anyway. So I think that's probably
You're really
why.
not.
But, especially when it comes to business, though, it's like, for me, usually everything is just logic based, right?
Wait,
like,
yeah.
I have,
Which I appreciate.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I have
yeah.
no emotion attached to
Cut and
anything.
paste,
Yeah.
like
And I think maybe that helps as well, is because I'm
does.
removed from the other side of the business, right?
Right.
So I can be that way.
No, it
I don't
does
know.
help.
Yeah.
No, it does help a lot.
Maybe you
Especially
should
where,
be-
like, I mean, like, working with women, it's super fun, right? But like, we all know we can have attitudes and we can be sassy and everything like that. So even going back to him with like some things that go on with clients or whatever, I'm like, hey, like, this is happening. Like, what do you think? And he's like, this is what you need to do. Just be straightforward and be done with it, you
Yeah.
know, or whatever your advice would be. But
that second opinion. Of,
yeah, it's
like
just
some other logic.
It's like
to kind of
you gives
stream
you,
in
yeah.
there.
You're like, okay, I'm gotta get level headed, and so he's really great that way. So good for you.
Agreed.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any other last questions I want to ask you. We've kind of hit a lot of them.
Great.
I had one that I thought I didn't get yet. Challenges. We talked about challenges already. Yeah, I think we've hit a lot of
Sweet.
interesting topics. Is there
Yeah.
any? Yeah.
I think so too. We could probably talk more and go into
We
detail about a
could.
lot of things,
Like
but
all the
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
that'll be for part 3, I guess.
because
Yeah.
we gotta do the potato one.
Yeah, we'll have potato.
We definitely are
episode.
going to hear about more potatoes. Yeah.
All right.
You're going to be on just as the potato farmer.
Yeah.
And
Trey, the
Excuse me.
potato farmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You're not even the farmer.
The
that's
salesman.
He's
He's
like-
potato
I know.
salesman.
people would be like, "You're such a poser. You're not
I
a
know.
farmer."
Well, when I'm
yeah.
like, oh, my husband works for Wada Farms, people are like, oh, so he's a farmer. I'm like, well, he used to work on the farm, but now he's like in the office.
you know, like a briefcase with every kind of
yeah,
potato
I'm
in
like,
it.
I'm like, I mean, not really. Like, he could tell you if potatoes are rotting by a picture.
I was not cut out for manual labor. So.
You weren't, but it's okay. That's all
It's
good.
okay.
How many spores is too many spores to eat the potato? You know, when it's just sitting there and
Like
like
the sprouts.
freaking out, growing stuff.
Yeah. Well, technically you can just take them off, but
Oh, I just
I
throw
think
away
it-
the potato.
Yeah.
Just like, this is
I
bad.
think everybody does, and I think I mean I
kinda
do.
pick them
I
off
would.
sometimes.
If
It
they're
depends on the
if they're super
potato.
teeny, you're probably okay with it.
But
All
if,
right.
if it's growing legs,
Yeah.
is that what,
And
like,
smelly.
yeah,
Sure.
A little smelly.
Yeah.
Just
Throw
do
it
whatever
away.
you feel like.
That's terrible
You'll
advice.
be okay.
Just do whatever you feel like.
I'm
You'd be fine.
kidding.
From the
I
potato
don't know if
master.
anyone's ever died from a potato. You'd probably be okay.
I mean, Dan might be the first.
Yeah. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about
That's
that.
on you.
Terrible. It's okay.
Well, yeah, thank you for showing up for our Film Garage 208
you.
podcast. We are new
Yes.
and learning and growing.
You guys are doing amazing.
And evolving. I think as each episode goes, yeah, it's going to just keep
it's
evolving.
gonna be great. You guys are doing an awesome job.
And we'll definitely have you guys on for many more parts.
Well, great.
Yep.
I'm glad you guys aren't
As
sick
long
of
as we
us.
keep going.
I've been impressed with you guys.
I know.
you.
It's been like pretty smooth, like considering this is your second one, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
that's what I know.
You're doing a good job. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
professional. You
It-
kept
you
the
get- yeah.
conversation flowing. It was
Well,
good.
that's the first one that I did, I came downstairs and he's like, how'd it go? I was like, that was so fun. It's
Yeah.
like, I got up there, I was like, okay, guys, I don't want to do this right now. But I was like, it was so easy. Like, you guys made it like super flawless and like
Great.
talked. I mean, you guys are easy to talk to anyway. could tell you.
We
guys
had
my
more
whole
of a
life.
list of questions this time. So
Yeah, no, you guys
Keep
did a
us
great
on
job.
track.
Yeah.
I know. Last time we were
Just go off the rails.
It was fun, but yeah.
I could talk off the rails like this whole time. I was gonna start just another podcast.
we didn't
so I
get
can
to
just
BBL
talk.
surgery last time.
I know we didn't get
We
to
did this
BBL.
time.
We
Yeah.
did. We really did. So good job, guys.
All right,
You did
well,
great.
Thank you for coming by.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.